recently the 11th Congressional District on the Republican side weighed in on this, and they passed a resolution that called for an end to taxpayer-funded support of terrorism in relationship to the Joe Biden administration's financial aid to the Republic of Azerbaijan. And joining us here on the program to talk about that is Dennis Marburger. He is with the 11th Congressional District for the Republican Committee. Good morning. How are you, Dennis?
Kyle, I'm doing very well, and I want to thank you for this opportunity to speak with you and the listeners across the state of Michigan on Michigan's Big Show to talk about this very important issue.
Well, give our listeners an update on why the 11th Congressional District weighed in on this subject.
Okay. Yes, Tony. So the situation is that the government of Azerbaijan is attempting to annex an area called Artsakh, which was previously known recently as Nagorno-Karabakh. And what they've done is the people in this area do not submit to rule imposed by the government of Azerbaijan. They are an independent republic and have been so for several decades now. They had left the Azerbaijani Soviet Socialist Republic during the days of the Soviet Union, right towards the end of it. And when the Soviet Union dissolved, Artsakh maintained its independence, and Azerbaijan has been attacking it ever since, trying to reimpose the Soviet-era borders. And they have done it through attacks, military aggression, such as in 2020, a 44-day terror war of aggression against the people there. The people of Artsakh are ethnically Armenian. Artsakh is itself actually an independent republic, so it's not part of the Republic of Armenia, but they are very close geographically and ethnically. They are very similar. These are ethnic Armenians who are living in this independent republic. And what Azerbaijan has done now, in their latest campaign of terror and aggression, is to totally surround this republic, the surviving unoccupied remnant of Artsakh, with approximately 120,000 inhabitants. They have cut off the corridor, what's known as the Berdzor or Lachin corridor, between Artsakh and Armenia. They've done this in violation of the tripartite agreement, which was the ceasefire signed by Russia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. And the idea there was that the agreement was that they would keep their people away, and there would be at least a 10-kilometer wide corridor for trade and travel, unimpeded, was the agreement. Recently, the International Court of Justice issued a ruling saying they must live up to that. They're not in compliance with the agreement or with the International Court of Justice. And what they have done is sealed off this area. They have now forbidden any aid to come through that corridor in violation of international law and humanity. They have established a choke point, which they call a checkpoint, which again is illegal. It's not justified or authorized. They use it to screen the few people that they let out. They have been kidnapping individuals, and they have reduced the people in Artsakh to the verge of starvation. There already has been someone who did die from starvation. As Senator Menendez spoke about this to the Senate the other day. There are people that have to wait in lines to get bread. They have to get there very early. For one family, you might get a loaf of bread. They are on starvation rations there. There are people that have farms and that do farming. The Azerbaijani military shoots at them, making it very dangerous to even try to raise crops. They've cut the power to this area. Is very intermittent. They are unable to get water pumped to everybody, so people have to walk long distances to fill up some jugs to take water back to their homes. They do not have importation of medicine, of any of the sanitary things that you would need in life, of anything at all. Then the Azerbaijani government, who claims, well, there is no blockade. Look at these pictures we have from Instagram from before the blockade of people eating or something else going on. They are telling these people, basically, you can leave so we can take over the territory and wipe out what's left of the Armenian civilization that's been there for millennia. Or you can stay and either starve to death or be shot, or just submit and now become Azerbaijani citizens, be subsumed into a society which is rife with vicious anti-Armenian propaganda, ethnocentric racism against the people. Every area that's currently, Kyle, under Azerbaijani control that has been inhabited by Armenians is now without any living Armenians, other than some who are being illegally imprisoned by Azerbaijan in Baku.
Now, there is a significant Armenian population in Michigan, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Here in the Detroit area, yes, we have 4 churches. There's a Catholic church, 2 apostolic churches, St. John's and St. Sarkis, and the Armenian Congregational Church of Greater Detroit, where I'm a member. And so there was an Armenian population here and there. And despite the fact that there are many prominent Armenians in America, and some of whom have some interaction with people in the political world.
Kim Kardashian?
Well, she's the name that first comes to mind, but she's not the. I'm thinking of others. I mean, the Manoogian family, of course,
sure.
With all they've done, of course, and he's dead now. But there was a gentleman, George Duke Majan, was the governor of California, but many grassroots people. Kim Kardashian has spoken out about this. But essentially, the other thing that's going on, and the reason why we passed this resolution, it shocks the conscience, but the United States government is subsidizing this activity. They send hundreds of millions of dollars over the years to Azerbaijan. There was also military support for Azerbaijan in collaboration with Azerbaijan.
Hey, Dennis here. Can we just hold you on for the next segment here? Can you hold on for just a minute here?
Absolutely.
All right. We're talking with Dennis Marburger here on the Azerbaijan conflict. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Michigan's Big Show, starring Michael Patrick Shields. I'm Kyle Malin, editor of the MERS newsletter. We only got a couple minutes here left before we get to the bottom of the hour, but Dennis Marburger is with the 11th Congressional District Republican Committee, and he's been talking about a republic called Artsakh that has been surrounded by the country of Azerbaijan, slowly choking it out of existence. And the Republican Party there in the 11th Congressional District has taken a stand in opposition of what that country is doing. What do you think of how the president is handling this situation, Dennis?
Well, Kyle, I would say what the president needs to do and what Congress needs to do is enforce Section 907 of the Freedom Support Act, which forbids financial support, forbids American taxpayer money from financing the dictator Ilham Aliyev and his Azerbaijani junta who is doing this. And so what we need is the president to speak forcefully, more important than just speaking, to act, to stop waiving this Section 907 of the Freedom Support Act, to actually enforce the law. And there's a House Resolution 108, and so we need that to get through and to condemn what they're doing in Azerbaijan and to stop the U.S. taxpayer subsidy of it. We need the president to cease and desist from any and all U.S. military support and collaboration with Azerbaijan. And we need him to put pressure on NATO to do the same thing. It's really a vicious cycle, an axis of genocidal evil over there between Turkey and Azerbaijan and some of their co-actors on this sort of thing. We need to end U.S. military support for this. We need to end U.S. financial support for this. We need to affirm the inalienable right of self-determination of the people of Artsakh. It's in our American DNA and all of our foundational documents that we look at. It's a principle that's affirmed even by the United Nations, and this is being destroyed by Azerbaijan with their invasions, with their attacks, with their starvation, their inhumane starvation blockade, and their 24/7 Armenophobic, racist lies and propaganda. Meanwhile, the people of Artsakh are showing unbelievable courage. 9 months now. We just passed the 9-month anniversary, Kyle, of this being put into place. And can you imagine not being able to import food, going to the store, there's nothing there, not to be able to import any sort of medicines or drugs or any of the needs for daily living, and still they say, we will not submit. It's inspirational. They're like Gandhi in terms of their nonviolent resistance.
And we appreciate you bringing it to our attention. Dennis Marburger from the 11th Congressional District bringing us this attention on Artsakh.